They are ready. Judge is healthy. Stanton basically had 2 miles worth of home runs last night. Rodon's got his act together. Outside of DJ, everybody else is ready to roll. Yankees are ready to cook.
That's all it took? You're feeling good about the Yankees?
I got to see Judge healthy. That's a big part of it. Yeah.
He played half of one game, and you're sold now that he's going to be healthy?
Well, think about what I said before this stuff with the oblique surfaced. I said, my position on the Yankees always was the Yankees, this is before Cole went down. The Yankees are, in my opinion, the best team in the American League.
Right.
That changed a bit without Garrett Cole. I even said that before Josh Hader went to the Astros. All right. So once the Judge stuff crept in, because I do think that they can piece it together enough with the offense to at least, the first month and a half or 2 months work around Garrett Cole's injury. Judge was the key, because Judge was the factor. How easy is Soto's transition, to the Bronx, to the pinstripes? You got Soto in the 2 spot, Judge in the 3 spot. Obviously, massive protection. Boom. Stanton. I haven't said anything about Stanton this offseason, except really I don't expect anything. Well, I got news for you. Maybe there is a little credence. I know he's going to miss 15, 20, 30 games. He's going to pull something at some point, a groin, a quad. Something's going to get stretched out, in a way that it shouldn't. But I'm actually starting to think now that Stanton is going to contribute this season.
And now I know you're drinking the Kool-Aid here.
Because I'm not a Stanton fan.
You're not.
I'm not. No, he looks good. I mean, he has changed his body.
Can I tell you something? I'm actually rooting for him. There's a part of me, and I don't love Stanton as a player. I've said this for a while, but he's been so down, so banged up. I think he's handled himself well in New York. A part of me is actually, now I don't believe he's going to be good, but a part of me is actually rooting for Giancarlo Stanton. That was fun to see last night.
Well, because he's been the pro. He's been the ultimate pro here. So many guys that have come through this city either don't know how to interact with the media, aren't really forthright when things go awry. This guy has stood in his locker. I'm with you. I mean, I don't really believe in him to the ultimate level, but he's a guy that you can get behind and say he's a pro's pro, and he's been very raw and blunt in his own assessment. But I just want Yankee fans to think about it. It's 10:04. Got a couple of hours away from the NCAA tournament. A couple of locals playing today. Wagner, St. Peter's. We'll get into that.
1 week officially from opening day.
That's right. 1 week from opening day. We'll get into the Ohtani situation, which is massive. Yamamoto shelved again. We all love it. Yamamoto!
Oh, Yamamoto!
Yeah.
I've never been happy to wake up at 6 in the morning and see what was going on there. We'll get into that.
We will get into all of it. But I got to tell you, think about, as you're excited for all these other things we'll get into and get into the weekend and inch closer toward opening day. Imagine how you would have felt last night. Like, I had to do some stuff. I taped the game. It was on the fan. I taped it on Yes. And I locked into a spring training game. I don't know, maybe the last time I locked into one to this extent was like when the Yankees first got Hideki Matsui. I want to get eyes on him, or maybe Tanaka, or maybe when they signed Jason Giambi. It's been a while. Like, I watched the spring a little, but I'm still deep into the basketball. I watched last night with the most critical lens, and I saw a team that is going to mash. And I knew it was there. It's not like, well, they had, 5 or 6 impotent sticks and they put up 13 or 19, whatever the heck it was, against the putrid Pirates, and here I am sitting and saying, wow, they're amazing. No. They've always had the potential to be this team, but we could have gotten up today, get in our cars, listen to Boomer and Gio, listen to us. Aaron Judge took an awkward swing, dove for a ball in the outfield. He was removed. Opening day status in jeopardy. Yanks are ready to cook.
Yeah, I'm not there because you mentioned it earlier. Cole is still out. We can't overlook the significance of that injury to this team. Now, will the Yankees be able to hit their way into the postseason regardless? Probably, but I'm not even sold on that because while Judge may be in there for a game, think about what we're doing. Think about how bad it's gotten with Aaron Judge and the health, that we're basically celebrating and popping champagne because he played how many innings in a spring training game last night. He didn't play the full game. I mean, okay, he looks okay in the outfield, takes a couple of swings, whatever it may be. It's nice to actually see him out there as opposed to hitting on the, on the tee in the tunnel and doing some soft toss. Nice to see Aaron Judge in some game action a week out from opening day. I mean, it's the least he can do if he wants to play this season. I am not sold that Judge is going to be 100% healthy. LeMahieu banged up as well. There are other question marks that you went over, BT. We went over this earlier in the week where you can make a case, and I'm not saying it's going to go that way, but you can make a case to the downside for a lot of these Yankee position players here. Forget about even the rotation for a second. Whether it's Rizzo, whether it's the catching spot, third base, even Volpe, who I think is going to have a big year, but you could say maybe he doesn't take that next step. Soto's a known commodity. Glaber a known commodity. I trust Verdugo going to give solid performance. I don't know if Judge is going to be able to stay healthy. Matter of fact, if you go based on track record, health is not on his side. Bad health is. And that's a problem for the Yankees, so I'm not sold yet. I don't think they're in the clear with Aaron Judge, even though he looked good last night.
All right, 877-337-6666. BT and Sal on the Fan. It's Brandon Tierney, Sal Lata here inside of our Town Fair Tire studio. Friends at Town Fair remind you that you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. I get it. It's spring, George Steinbrenner Field, and the Pirates, and it turns into basically a glorified batting practice session. Obviously, today it's easy to get on the air and, point to the positives about the Yankees. What we anticipate, at least, will be positives. But to me, this always hinged around Aaron Judge. And no matter, how many other situations we can critique, and Sal's right. I brought this up yesterday. You left one out. How does Gleyber Torres truly process a contract year? I mean, we think it'll be favorable based on his overall talent and how he's looked so far this spring, but you don't know. There's a hole at third base. Volpe's a kid. Rizzo was concussed a year ago. The catchers, until they actually prove that they're true assets on a night-in, night-out basis with Trevino and Wells, yeah, you're going to have to mix and match a little bit lefty-righty platoon. Understood. Starting pitching, not what you need without Cole. But the single most galvanizing thing to me right now in all of New York sports, it's not the thought of Tyron Smith recapturing his youth and his health and being an all-pro left tackle for Aaron Rodgers. It's not that. It's not Shane and Dable, making some amazing move on draft night that gets the Giants into the top 3 or top 4. They ultimately get the quarterback of the future. Or the Rangers, who could go on a lengthy run, or even Randall coming back and giving the Knicks a chance to go on a lengthy run. The most galvanizing aspect of New York sports is flipping on YouTube when they're not on streaming, and you can find them, and watching Judge and Soto back to, really obviously flip that, Soto and Judge back to back every night. We have not seen anything like this.
And I'm just worried about how much we are, in fact, going to see that this year. Think about this.
Well, we're going to see it on opening day.
Well,
so let's start there.
Right,
but
that's one day. And what I was going to say is, think about this. It's March, and we're already questioning it. Like, I'm not making this up. I'm not saying Judge is going to get hurt. Judge has been dealing with an issue already before the season has even gotten started. Hasn't played, 9 days prior to last night. Had an MRI on his abdominal area, whatever they want to call it, on his abs. He clearly was having some sort of issue. They call it a mid-spring beat-up, whatever the hell that is. Imagine what's going to happen in the regular season. Now, maybe this proves to be absolutely nothing. Maybe Judge can play a full 150-plus ball games for the Yankees, and you have that dream combination of Soto and Judge in the lineup. That's what everybody's hoping for. But to me, odds are against that being the norm when you already have Judge being banged up this early. What's going to happen when he starts to play? They got did you see the schedule that they have laid out from, I guess Boone talked about it yesterday with, I think it was Curry. It was either Curry or Flaherty. I forget which one I saw that tweeted about it.
I don't know if I saw this.
Who was ever on the broadcast. Just basically saying, like, okay, well, he's slotted to play this day. He's going to be off here. You have to map out the days for, But
I don't think that that's too different from...
Oh, let him play. Let's go.
All right, take another 31-year-old star. Like, let's see what the Braves are doing with Acuna when he's 31.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they're going to run him out there every day in the grapefruit.
But that's also part of the issue. He's getting older. They have him slotted to play in center field. I just don't it's impossible for me to trust the health of Aaron Judge with all those factors. The performance, a separate issue. I trust 100% that when he's out there, he's going to mesh. That has never been in question throughout the course of Aaron Judge's career. But his health has been in question, and I don't know how you could feel confident about that just off of seeing him in one game last night.
Because I had to see him in the lineup. I had to see those guys play again. Early February when they get to camp, you first see the photos, who's in shape, who's the new face, and the storylines that we all know with both of these teams here locally. It's fun, the winter doldrums, and we get a little taste of what's going on down in Florida. That is always going to excite me. It excites you, even if a lot of it is, fluff and hype that's not going to materialize. But you get to this point, like last night for me was the first time it felt real. I take that back. And from an offensive point of view, yeah. the Rodon stuff with Torrey 2 days ago.
That helps.
Felt a little real. But last night was the first time, not that I haven't thought about it conceptually. Of course I have, and we've talked about it a million times and a million ways sideways. But last night, sitting down and buzzing through that game and watching the Yankees go up there and some of the guys that they are sending up in succession, they're going to mesh.
They're
going to mesh.
Their lineup on paper is stacked. I'll give you that. I mean, you look at their lineup, it's stacked.
All right, let's get you guys going here. Joey's up in the Bronx on it's Thursday. BT and Sal. What's up, Joe?
Hey, guys, thanks for taking the call. Love you guys.
Thank you, buddy. What's happening?
Listen, is a sports guy, is a Yankee guy, is whatever you want to call it, you can't be surprised when Judge gets hurt. You know, you're not pulling Macaulay Culkin after he shaves, puts the shaving cream on, and he flips out.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that. We know what's happening. You have the Hindenburg, the Titanic, and the Yankees. That's been what's happening with this team.
Wait, Joe. So some of the greatest catastrophes historically, you just lump the Yankees into the same sentence? What is wrong with you?
They just go down. They go down.
They go down?
Yeah.
It's a weird call, dude.
Joe, I'm assuming you're not a Yankee fan.
Well, I mean, Joe, there's bad calls, and then there's just straight up weird calls.
Well, I think
and that's a weird one.
I would hope, BT, he meant it in the way that they always get hurt.
The Titanic, yeah. The Yankees.
Well.
What?
Wow.
Well, what?
Well, I mean, they have been getting hurt in recent years. They have not been to or won a World Series. I don't need to remind you, 2009. Maybe that's what he was referencing. I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
But their lineup on paper is loaded, but paper versus reality is different. LeMahieu being potentially out.
I'm not wrapped up in DJ. The Yankees don't need DJ LeMahieu to thrive this year.
He was
Everybody's got to stop saying this.
Well,
DJ LeMahieu was in his mid-30s. He's slow. He's creaky.
Right.
He's injury-prone. He's not the pure hitter that he was all of his Rockies career and first couple of years here. Now, they've got him for 3 more years, and they're bad, literally. Yeah. But that doesn't mean you need him.
No, but he doesn't
have to play every day. DJ LeMahieu is an accessory.
He's their leadoff hitter and third baseman. What do you mean accessory?
Until he's not.
Yeah, well, he's not going to be opening day in all likelihood. And I was just getting started. LeMahieu, Judge, Stanton, Rizzo. Can you trust the health of all these guys? Just on paper, if everybody clicks, it looks like as loaded of a lineup as we will see in Major League Baseball.
Yep.
In reality, Judge is going to have to manage that toe. He's already said it. He's already dealing with some sort of mid-spring beat-up, whatever the hell that may be. LeMahieu's already dealing with something. Those are 2 guys, significant pieces of their lineup. Whether you like LeMahieu or not, they had a batting leadoff.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So we're going to both do this. Start naming players on the Yankees, right?
Yeah.
I want to settle, or not really solve this dilemma that we have here with DJ. So in order of importance, number 1, number 2, including pitchers. Let's get to DJ. Let's see where we actually get.
No, I understand that.
Let's do it.
Judge.
Okay, so you got Judge.
Soto.
You got Soto.
You're talking about just lineup?
No, I mean, whatever you want. Judge and Soto.
Yeah.
Who we deem more important than DJ? Because my list is really long.
Probably
Judge and Soto.
But you and I are different than Boone and Cashman.
Volpe's on the list. The Yankees bullpen is on
third.
the list. Rodon is on the list. I would say Nestor Cortez is on the list. Garrett Cole is on the list in terms of eventual availability. I would even put the catchers on the list more than I would put, or higher than DJ, because that just lengthens the lineup. The Yankees are not. They want him to be healthy, but they're not banking on DJ LeMahieu.
Oh, well, I mean,
they're not.
He was slated to play every day.
Yeah, but you don't need 9 All-Stars running out there every day.
I agree with that. That's fine. But now who's playing third base? You're going to have nobody playing third base, essentially, and you have to change the leadoff hitter. And you're right. That is not a big issue. It's just an issue on top of other bigger issues, like not having your ace. The Yankees have lost their ace. They've lost their leadoff hitter, and they have an issue. It seemed to not be an issue last night with Judge, but clearly there's something going on there that prevented him from playing over the last 10 days, or 9 days to be exact. And he's been banged up. He's dealing with that toe. You think, how many games do you think Judge is going to play this year?
I mean, it really is the question of the year. I got it. I don't know. All I know is, or at least what I fully expect, is that he's going to be there game one.
How many games do you
which
think
was in
Soto's gonna
peril.
play?
Well, he always plays 157,
Okay,
58.
but that's the point.
But if he runs into a wall, then that changes.
Yeah.
And I think that's where this has been hijacked a little bit. Now, Stanton's different. Stanton just merely tries to decelerate, not accelerate, so think about this from an athletic point of view. Decelerate into second base on a pull-up double, and he pulls his calf, whatever the hell he did.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that doesn't happen to Judge. I mean, Judge dives for a ball in the outfield. He busts up a rib or messes up the cartilage. He bangs into the wall in Dodger Stadium. He smashes his foot. He gets hit with a pitch. He misses time. It's the soft issues. The soft tissue stuff is very different from some of the circumstances that Aaron Judge has been faced with. So I know, Sal, he's missed a decent amount of time.
And he's going to be 32 in April.
I understand that as well, but I think to not include the context of the injuries, it's unfair.
Look,
to Judge.
I understand that. You're excited about the Yankees. I'm just trying to bring a little dose of reality to the situation.
Oh, what a stunner. What a stunner. Mike is in Stamford, Connecticut, BT and Sal. Mike, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Mike. Oh, boy.
BT's going to blow a gasket here.
I'm going to give Mike a couple of seconds. I'm in a good mood. Mike, what's going on, pal? How are you? All right. Now we just zap you like the gnat that you are. Remember that little zapper?
Yeah.
Did you ever have that growing up?
Yes.
The fire pit, or the barbecue?
Yeah, of course. I used to love that. Look, you're understandably giddy about your Yankees.
No, I'm
It was a
very
big
giddy.
night last night.
I'm excited.
Giancarlo Stanton hit tape measures, home runs left and right. The problem is it was in spring training. Doesn't count.
But here's the difference.
Judge played half a game. Well, no.
We do the golf clap here. Is that what we do it here?
Golf clap.
Like I did yesterday.
He played half a game. Congratulations.
Uh-huh.
I sense the Yankees are going all the way back to maybe getting to the World Series for the first time since 2009. I feel it in my bones.
You feel it in the bones? So I think the difference now, I've had this consistency, even with the Cole stuff. I never thought that there were this, it's over. Like, I was worried.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously had yesterday circled as a big date for Judge to return to see if he's going to be ready for opening day.
Yeah.
I didn't really sound the alarm too early. I'm not, if this is what people hear, that's fine. I mean, that's okay. This is not some radical shift in what I view the Yankees to be. Even with the Cole stuff, I'm sitting here saying they're a playoff team. Last night was just a reinforcement. They're healthy in the spots they need to be healthy, and outside of Cole, and it's all systems go.
You've been
until
encouraged.
It's not.
You've been encouraged with Rodon's last two outings and then last night.
No, I like the tone today.
No,
I
I'm saying
think this is like a placating.
No, am I lying?
Yeah, no, but just the tone. The smile, right?
It's
What I
not
mean?
that. You're right, PT. I'm giving you credit. You're not changing your course all of a sudden off of one meaningless spring training game, but you're back to being encouraged. Yankees dealt with a lot over the last couple weeks. Last night was encouraging. Off of Rodon's two good starts in a row. Then you see last night, Judge back in there, sigh of relief. He looked good. So on top of that, Stanton hits 3 mammoth home runs.
Volpe went yard, hitting 330 this spring.
1 week
Gleyber's
from
had a good
opening
spring.
day.
Rizzo's healthy. Wells is going to
There
mash.
you go, the
You know the list,
encouragement.
baby.
I know it. Yankees are back. All the way back.
Oh, man. 877-337-6666. If you don't share the enthusiasm that I have, that's fine. But just think about what we could have walked into today. Aaron Judge pulled. Aaron Judge gone. At least that is in place to have those two guys back-to-back in Houston day one. BT and Sal on the Fan.